Hi, I'm going to talk real quick about the Canasta Junction app, specifically the Solitaire mode. I'm not going to explain in great detail modern American Canasta. This is just a quick video to, give you a little introduction. I'll talk about some of the differences between modern American and like classic version or some of the other versions you'll see out there. Um, but I'm not going to go into great detail. I'm not going to hit everything. I'm basically just going to play a game and talk about it, and then if rule things come up, I'll mention them. So, Solitaire. Click the button. Solitaire is how you play one against three, um, bot opponents. Well, two bot opponents and one partner. Right. So you just start the game. It reminds you some rule things here. Then you hit OK. Um, First thing. Now, the first thing you see is that there's a 3 over here. So that 3 must have been dealt to me, and then it gets put over here. These are my melds. And threes, unlike classic version, in modern American, what happens is all the threes get put down for melds, and then they score based on whether or not you actually make canastas or not. So if you don't have any canastas, they actually score negative points, and then if you make two canastas, then they score positive points, things like that. You can look up the exact points somewhere else. Now they can stay in your hand for one purpose, and that's doing special hands. So there's a whole list of special hands that you can just immediately win the game and get 2,500 points for, and that you could read about those in the instructions, kind of in the beginning. But I'll go ahead and play. So when it's telling me what to do here, drag a card down. So I drag a card into here, and I look at what I have here. Um, Now in modern American Canasta, when you have from 0 to 3,000 points, you need to required at least 125 points for your first meld. And your first meld is the only time you can do certain things like put two aces and a wild card. A meld is three cards. You have to have at least one natural three-card meld. I see here I've got the tens, so 10, 10, 10. So in theory, I could put 10, 10, 10, and then maybe 6 and 6 and a wild, but that wouldn't be enough. That wouldn't be 125 points. So I'm going to kind of have to wait until I get enough points to do my first meld. And these meld points go up really high. So once you have 5,000 points, then you've got to get 180 for your first meld. Oh, it's telling me to hurry up. All right, fine, fine, fine. I'm just going to go ahead and discard. You can just drag it right to the discard. Now you see he pulls a lot of 3. Every time you pull a 3, you put it in your, you put it in your meld pile, then you draw another card. That's what happens every time you get a 3. All right, let me draw again. I got a jack, so I got two jacks, three tens. 8 and up are worth 10 points each. 7 and down are worth 5 points each. Wilds are worth 20. Aces are worth 20. And I'll talk about the wild, a wild meld, ace meld, and 7 melds. Those are slightly different, but we'll talk about them when they come up. Okay, so I have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 points, not enough to meld. Go ahead and just discard my 6. I got another 7. Hold on to that. Oh, he's doing his initial meld. So just so you know, the 7s and the wilds, you can do a canasta of 7s and wilds, and they score very high, like 2,500 points. However, if you don't complete them, it's like if you start a 7 uh, canasta or you start a wild canasta and you don't complete them, then you lose big points. So you kind of want to keep them in your hand. All right, let me draw. Okay, so he did his. So the jokers are worth 50, so 50, 100, 10, 20, whatever. Then you see over here, it actually has a running total. So they put down 155 of meld point. All right, so I pulled another 8. I still don't have a meld ready to go yet, so I'm going to wait. Oh, they've already got their first canasta. When it's black, that means it's a mixed canasta, so it has wild cards in it. If it was all, natural cards, it would have been red. Okay, so now they have 2, so they could actually go out if they wanted to. We'll see if they can. Oh, good, I got a joker. All right, here we go. I might be able to go. You need to have at least one 3-card natural meld to start. So I have 3 tens here. That should be fine. So I can do 10, 20, 30. Then I could do 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. Yep, I got it. 10, 20, 30. Then I pull my nines over here and put one of my wilds. Then I put my two jacks here, and I add. See, now my current hand total is 140. That means I can lay it down, and now I have to discard one card. I'm going to discard the king because their king, they already closed out that rank, and so if I play the king, he can't pick it up. So I'll put it there. I get the top four cards because I was the second person to meld. The first person to meld, you get four cards, and then the second partner to meld would get the four cards from the top of the pile. All right, I have a 4 here. I'm going to draw. I have a 10. My 10 is already done, but I'll close it here. That means he can't pick the pack. Another 10. Same thing. He did that to me. Pack is kind of closed. Two 5s. If I put a 5 down there, he might be able to pull it. So I'm going to put the 6 here. Put a 6. I don't have a 6. And the 6 is already done. Okay. I have two queens. I'll save it. Maybe he'll put a third queen down. He probably won't, but that's all right. I'll put this 5 down. All right. Jacks. So here's a very important rule. I cannot take this jack and just put it onto my pile. That doesn't work. That works in old canasta, classic canasta. But in modern American, I'd actually have to have two jacks in my hand in order to pull the pile here and put it there. So I just can't use that jack. So I'm going to draw a card. Did I draw a card? No, not yet. Okay, I have 3 aces. Why don't I just go ahead and do that? And put the 5 there. Nope, still can't pull that jack, right? So 8s. He might be able to pull that 8. I'll do that queen because I imagine he doesn't have 2 additional queens in his hand. 7s. Now, I'm definitely not going to pull 7s because if you have 7s in your hand, you get you get penalized for them. And I'm certainly not going to try to start a meld with so few cards left, like a 7-point, like a meld's on 7-point, unless you're very sure you're going to get it. So what do I get? Another 8. I have 2 8s. That does nothing for me. And there's only one card left, so I'll go ahead and drop this. And there we go. Look at me. We got negative 2,000 points. We didn't meld. That was terrible. But we can push through. Now, this stayed in my hand because there's a possibility I could get a special hand. But I'm not going to bother trying to do that. So instead, I'll just move it here. I've got another 3. Move it here. Okay. So I'm already starting strong. Like I have 125 points and each joker's 50. So I got 100 points right here. So I'll likely be able to meld really soon. But I'm going to hold off and kind of build my melds a little bit. Another 3. All right. Get rid of a 5. This is kind of the relaxing. Ooh, I got 3. That's 150 points right there. I'm not going to start a wild meld because if I did that and I wasn't successful, I would lose even more points. So I don't want to do that. But I was going to say, this is kind of like the meditative state of canasta when you're just kind of pulling, putting them in your hand, watching what people do. Oh man, I got 4. I only need 3 more wilds to get a wild canasta, so I might try for that now. My hope is my opponents don't have a bunch of wilds. But could I put it down? 150. You know what? Did I draw already? I think I did, right? Yeah. Now, I could have taken this queen because I have 2 queens in here, but this wouldn't count towards my required meld points, just this one card, unless I got all the other cards to get the required meld points, which is what it is. You know what the heck? Let me just try it, just for fun. All right. Now I'll do my natural meld here, and I will drop this 10. Boom! I got the first 4 cards. Whoever's the first partner of each, the first person of each partnership who melds. Oh, he just pulled the pack. Nice. Look at that. We only need one more wild and we're good. But anyway, the first of each partnership to pull the pack gets 4 cards off the top of the deck added to their hand. All right. So first thing I'm going to do is draw, and then if I put that 3 over there, there we are. Boom! That's fantastic. Look, my current hand's worth 3,000, so that puts me right back in. Love it. Okay, can I put anything else down? I can put a 10 in. I could put these 2 9s in, but I might just hold it. I don't want to run out of cards. You know what? I will. What the heck? I'm gonna put a couple here, and then his jack is almost done. So I can actually put this jack down because I know he doesn't have 2 other jacks in his hand, so he's not going to be able to pick up the pile. Again, in modern American, you can't just you can't just pick the pile because you have the meld, like add it to your meld. Okay. 3 queens, love it. 1, 2, 3. Now I'm not going to drop my 7 because if they pick the pack, he may have all 7s here and be horrible to me. He probably doesn't, but I'm going to go ahead and drop this ace. I'm not going to drop my 4 on there yet, even though I could, because I only have 1 canasta. I want to get at least 2 canastas so everything scores well. So I'm just going to drop my ace. He's not going to pick it up. Everybody's discarding aces. Boy. And now I can't drag that over here. That doesn't work. I'd have to have 2 4s in order to do that. 2 7s. I'll drop 1 7 and hope for the best. Okay. Jack's going nowhere. Jack is already done. So I'll put that there. Oh, we're almost good with our queens. Oh, they've got 2 already. We need to get a second meld. Or a second canasta. 6. It's not it. We're not that close. Let me get 4 in there and then 6. Come on, partner. This is the problem with doing wilds, is it's really hard to actually complete your melds. Ugh. Oh, jeez. That was a 3, so it went right over there. Wild card. Yes. Complete that meld, and I go out. Look at that. Canasta Junction just gave me applause. I jumped right up, 4,000 points. That was a great hand. I'm not going to play anymore. I just wanted to kind of give you a sense of how it works. So that's how you play.